Welcome back to VenomousStare's YouTube channel, home of all things 2v2. Now I'm not pro tech, so I don't team kills, so if that's your thing, probably just X'd out of this video. This is about macro and excitement and this map called Sludge City. So the blue team, the Zerg, this is me, Savagewood. I will refer to myself in the third person to avoid confusion. My ally this game and clanmate, Elusive Smoke, playing Terran and opening Reaper by the looks of it. Our opponents this game, Red Terran, Exquisite, kind of spelled like exhibit. Do you guys remember that show, Pimp My Ride? As Exquisite's going to fast expand to the gold. And his Terran ally, Bolt, who lifted to the gold. Hey, come here. So, Bolt lifted to the gold. This usually means that the other player will double expo, especially with Zerg. I've noticed that's really common. If this guy lifts to this pocket base and there's a Zerg ally, sometimes the Zerg will just go 3-hatch before pool. However, Bolt is just going to make another expansion, so that was a bit odd. I don't really get the point of this, like, why not just make a fast expo there? Why spend 50 seconds? So Bolt is walling in here. We're going to kick it up to ×2. And we see Savagewood is fully saturated and is rallying out to his gold. Bolt is making a Reaper as well as a factory. Elusive Smoke has elected to take this gold base, and his expansion finishes about the same time as Bolt's. He also has double gas, and he's building double mines and getting a starport, so probably a droopy little Widow mine drop for Elusive Smoke coming out. This is a very, very good Overlord spot on this map. You don't want to fly it into their base because then they'll be likely to see it and kill it. But if you fly it right here, it sees this fourth, it sees this third, and it sees inside the main. And a lot of times if they just bring one Marine from either here or here, you can just run away. Exquisite making 2 factories, so he's probably going mech. Savagewood needs to diligently keep spreading this creep. This is a very big map. And Bolt clears out that Overlord I was talking about, but it already saw this. It saw the third. Spire and double Evos as well as a Baneling Nest coming down from Savagewood, so he's going to be playing his typical Mutiling style. Elusive Smoke with a little mine drop. Doesn't really do much damage as Bolt pulled his probes. This is one thing you should always do when you're Zerg, is put Overlords offensively over your opponent's corner bases and drop. I should have been dropping creep, and it should have only been 1 Overlord, so that was a bit of a mistake. My observing this game is pretty bad also. See, Mutas flying in from Savagewood, only 3 of them, so 3 Muta harass. Savagewood's Mutas are going to run in before these turrets finish, and this is a pain in the ass even with just 3 Mutas. But that turret finally does complete. Little double drop coming in here from Bolt. Savagewood completely caught with his pants down. Elusive Smoke really without any units at all, floating a ton of money. As his barracks, his extra barracks just now finished, as well as 2 bases. I'm gonna kick it back down. Ooh, the Manor Mule's coming out from Bolt. As right whenever he does that, skill banes roll in. If we go to units lost, Elusive Smoke has taken the most damage. This is very good. Whenever you play Muta styles, and you can pick off the Terran's metavacs like this, please don't. God, that hurts to watch. So Exquisite has taken this high ground base with the watchtower. This spot is very favorable for Terran, because obviously the combo of the tower and siege tanks on a high ground is very strong. Also consider that these two center islands control almost the entire map, because if you just put tanks on these two corners, you can even cover this little swing down area and this main fourth base. This is the base that gets taken as a fourth almost every single time, because this one is significantly harder to defend. Savagewood has retaken this Zelnaga tower, and the Red Terrans have the other. Savagewood electing to go get his 2-2 as well as make an infestation pit and a roach warren. And he's going to run forth with his mutas and harass a bit. Despite 2 turrets being finished, Savagewood is probably going to be able to severely delay this, maybe even destroy it. 1 mine picked off, and Savagewood loses 1 muta. Not bad. And we see a droopy little drop from Elusive Smoke. This is one of the best ways to win 2 versus 2, is harass at the same time and force your opponents to multitask. Because think about it, if double prong drop harass is annoying to deal with in 1v1, then think about how annoying it is to deal with 2v2 when you have 2 people doing it to you. Bolt's expansion that he made was killed by Elusive Smoke, so that drop did do damage. And Savagewood is going to try to fly over here, but Exquisite this time has defended with not only Thor, but Widow Mines, both of which are extremely effective against Mutalisks. Elusive Smoke has taken this base as well as this base. Bolt is controlling this tower, which is very good because this tower is exceptionally close to this base, which is vulnerable. And this is what I was talking about. Bolt, just think about this, guys. Bolt can sit at this tower, and he can just stim his units and be at the front door of my gold base within 10 seconds. That's very bad for me. Elusive Smoke with a little droopy double drop of 2-2 Marines, and he's going to stim here. He's going to force that Expo to be cancelled, and he's going to kill lots of workers. Maybe even go for upgrades here. If Spencer, aka Elusive Smoke, can delay this 2-2, which he's going to do, this will be very good for him, because in mirror matchups, upgrade disparities are very important. And obviously there's 2 Terrans in the game. So while this is going on, Exquisite's 1-1 mech army is going to do a push. Savagewood is trying to prepare for this. He has Infestor, Muta, Ling, Baneling. But Exquisite has lots of high splash units, including Liberators. Elusive Smoke, nice defensive mine, will soften those libs up. And he's going to siege. Exquisite making 4 liberation zones, setting up a little death zone. Wow. Here comes Savagewood with the skill banes, going right into Thor's. That's why banelings are terrible against mech. Savagewood has some fungals with infestors, some infestors with fungals. He's going to throw out some infested Terran, and it looks like Exquisite's little push might be defeated here. But watch out, Bolt has bio. The Out Now boys are on the ropes here, as Savagewood only has about 5 infestors left. But we see Elusive Smoke, the light at the end of a tunnel with a little drop here. Excellent move by Elusive Smoke. That 1 medevac full of Marines forced the entire army of Bolt to come back to defend. And this is why you saw that Roach Warren earlier. Whenever you play mech, you always want to build an emergency Roach Warren, because you need to be able to remax on units that aren't fucking terrible against mech. Notice how much damage Elusive Smoke has done. this area of his base, of Bolt's base, which is extremely vulnerable, has been at risk all game. Notice how there's no infrastructure, no turrets up here, and the buildings he's tried to make to macro have been destroyed. This means that not only has Bolt been harassed and had his workers killed, notice he's only at 22, he's also had his unit producing facilities, expansions, and upgrades destroyed. So Elusive Smoke has done a very good job harassing Bolt this game. And he's going to stim down here and kill this base that just floated down. And as soon as he attacks the top, Savagewood attacks the bottom. So we see a few Ravagers here. They're going to use Corrosive Bile onto this missile turret, and they're going to pick off that building SCV. And we see Bolt is doing damn good damage, giving Elusive Smoke a taste of his own medicine. And Elusive Smoke doesn't really have an answer for this. Not really macroing particularly well either. Elusive Smoke is going to try to defend this, but does not have enough Marines. Oh, but he has a 2-2 upgrade advantage, an entire 2-2 set of upgrades, and despite Bolt's huge army advantage, Elusive Smoke's upgrade advantage won him that fight. That's what I was talking about earlier, the discrepancy in mirror matchups. Discrepancy, excuse me. Ooh, Savagewood, slop fest there. Noticed how, despite the fact that Elusive Smoke did not have medevacs and had fewer units, he was able to defend that. That all comes down to upgrades. There Elusive Smoke goes, finally microing properly. So Elusive Smoke has pretty much single-handedly taken Bolt out of this game. And Savagewood has defended Exquisite's pushes. Beautiful teamwork here from Savagewood and Elusive Smoke. As we see, they've been harassing in conjunction all game together. This is... excuse me. This is scary. Here's Elusive Smoke. He's going to stem up the ramp. Savagewood does not have enough to follow. What's tricky about dealing with big mech pushes like this is if you come out half-assed, as we see Elusive Smoke is still dealing severe damage. Bolt can't spend his money. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any unit producing structures. He's between a rock and a hard place. And I'm going to have to rewind as I'm fucking retarded and missed that. But remember guys, this mech push is very strong, but it also means that it has a timer on it because of Elusive Smoke's damage that he's doing in the main. Now Savagewood has to delay as long as possible. Here he goes. He can't let Exquisite set up in this choke point. And Savagewood will run in and kill some Thor, and the Liberator dies, but he really didn't micro his infestors appropriately. And fungal growth really isn't good against mech. So Exquisite is going to run up and try to do damage here, but Savagewood is going to reveal his infestors. And it's very hard to push into someone who has fungal growth. As we see Savagewood's going to run forward here with Ultraling and Infestor. He's going to fungal Exquisite's army. Elusive Smoke still has an annoying Marine in the main, and he's going to do battle with the inferior upgraded 2-1 Marine. He's going to pay for it with his life. And Elusive Smoke's drops are finally taken care of. Quit it, Fabian. As we can see, Savagewood has taken this base as well as the other one. He's pushing the bottom side of the map with Ultralisk, which absolutely eviscerate fire bats. Elusive Smoke with a nice little 4 Marine pressure here to assist his ally. Savagewood, as you can see, put Lings over by this 4th. This is a very smart move because anytime a 4th base is extremely close to a main base and can be floated over, your Terran opponent will be significantly more likely to try to take that base. So we see Savagewood here is going to have to deal with this little mech army. Now, he does not have very many Zerglings, so he's going to have to land a fungal here. because these Cyclones are very good at kiting and they're very good at killing one big unit, which is exactly what an Ultralisk is. So we're going to speed up here, because as we can see, this fourth base, which was contested by the Zerglings, is now under threat. Elusive Smoke is going to fly into the main again. He has been Bolt's worst nightmare this game. Exquisite is continuing to produce out this bizarre mech composition of Cyclone Liberator, but it's very strong. He just doesn't really have enough supply of it. Lots of bases from the out now, boys. Exquisite's... he's going to try to run forward with the Cyclone army. Hey, quit barking. I'm tired of you barking. Come here. And Bolt is trying to take this base. He is muling it, and he has made a fourth, so... oh, but here's Elusive Smoke coming in with a big drop in the main. Savage Wood's going to push. These Cyclones... oh, it's on normal. Infestors need to fungal these Cyclones. There it is. There's the money fungal. And there's the Banelings. There it is. There it is. There it is. And the Out Now boys get a nice win. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, follow me on Twitter.